Sometimes we find lessons hidden in hard-to-reach places, and sometimes they are overlooked simply because they are in plain sight. A wonderful teaching moment that could easily be overlooked is found in Luke chapter 10, verses 38 through 42. The story of two sisters named Mary and Martha. Jesus came to a certain village where a woman named Martha lived. Martha welcomed Jesus into her home. Martha's sister Mary lived with her. While Martha was busy with all the preparations that had to be done, Mary would be found at the feet of Jesus. Martha came to Jesus and said, "Lord, don't you care that my sister has left me to do all of the work by myself? Tell her to help me." Jesus answered, "Martha, Martha, thou art careful and troubled by many things, but one thing is needful, and Mary hath chosen the good part, which shall not be taken from her." This story does not say that Mary made the right choice and Martha made the wrong choice. It simply tells us that Mary made the better choice at that time. Jesus also never said to Martha that her act of service wasn't needed or wasn't important. All of those things were helpful, but at that moment only one thing was needed. If you look closely, you will see that Martha opened her home and graciously let Jesus in. And if you read the scripture before this, you will see that Jesus was traveling with his disciples. So not only did Martha open her home to Jesus, she opened her home to the disciples. By Martha opening the door and graciously letting them in, that showed her gift of hospitality and showed how gracious she is. The more I studied these two sisters, the more I realized I was Martha. There are times in my day-to-day life where I am so busy doing other things and trying my best to make everything perfect that I forget the very reason I'm even doing it at all. Have you ever invited someone into your home and overdid the hospitality? I'll be the first to admit I'm guilty of this. I'll catch myself making a fuss about all the things that need to be done to accommodate my guest, and I forget to ask them what is it that they really need. Too often we get so focused on the task, we forget about the person we are actually doing this for. Too often we open the door for Jesus and graciously let him in, and then forget about him. We are busy in the kitchen while he's just sitting in the other room waiting for you. Our lives can be busy. We get so distracted by other things that exhaust us, and there's no time for Jesus. He sees you're troubled by many things, and you fail to do the one thing that is needed. You wake up every morning tired, bitter, and rushed again and again, and you have no clue what the good part even is, because you didn't have time to sit at the feet of Jesus. My advice to you is to take a good look at your day-to-day life and ask yourself what is so important that takes precedence over the Lord. My prayer for myself is that the Lord will show me how to worship like Mary and be a worker like Martha. But I must sit at the feet of Jesus first.